Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to break down gold IRAs. We'll cut right through all the noise and give you the essential facts, what they are, how they work, and the really critical questions you need to be asking before you even think about one for your retirement. So let's dive right in. With the stock market doing its usual roller coaster thing and inflation just hanging around, it's no wonder you might be looking for ways to shore up your savings. That kind of uncertainty is exactly why gold has jumped back into the spotlight as a way to diversify beyond the usual stuff. Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with the why even consider one. Then we'll get into the what it is, break down the real costs, talk about how to choose a company, cover the super important IRS rules, and then wrap it all up with a handy checklist for you.
So, why gold? For retirement? Well, the whole idea really is that precious metals can act as a kind of financial shield when things get a little shaky. But what does that actually mean?
It really all boils down to this one concept you'll hear a lot: a store of value. Think about it. Unlike paper money, which can lose its buying power over time thanks to inflation, gold is a real, tangible thing that has historically held its value. And it's that quality that makes it so attractive for someone trying to balance out their portfolio. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What even is a gold IRA? It's not some crazy separate system. It's actually a specific type of retirement account. But yeah, it's got some pretty unique features. A gold IRA is a kind of self-directed IRA, or SDIRA. Now, self-directed is the magic phrase here. It means you're in the driver's seat and you can invest in alternative assets, in this case, physical precious metals. It still gets all the same tax advantages as a regular IRA, it just holds something you can actually touch. So here's the difference in a nutshell. Your standard IRA, it's full of paper assets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. A gold IRA, on the other hand, holds actual physical bullion. We're talking real gold bars and coins, all tucked away safely in a secure facility on your behalf. But, and this is a big but, you can't just stick any old gold coin in your IRA. Nope, the IRS has super strict purity rules to make sure you're holding investment-grade metal, not just some collector's item. Gold's got to be 99.5% pure, silver 99.9%, and so on. The one kind of cool exception is the American Gold Eagle coin. It's not quite as pure, but Congress made a special rule just for it. Okay, this is one of the most important things we're going to talk about. A gold IRA is not free. You absolutely have to understand all the fees involved, or you could be in for a nasty surprise down the road. Let's just walk through this. First, you've got your one-time fees just to get the account set up and running. Then, you've got the annual costs. These are for maintaining the account and, of course, for storing your physical gold and silver in a high-security vault. That storage fee can change depending on how your metal is stored. And finally, there can even be fees if you decide to close the account. These costs definitely add up, so you have to factor them in. All right, so you get the costs. Now, how in the world do you pick a company to work with? There are a ton of players in this space, and trust me, doing your homework here is not optional. Here are the 5 big things you have to compare. 1. Fees. Demand a full, transparent list of every single cost. No surprises. 2. The minimum investment. This can be all over the place, so make sure it fits your budget. 3. Customer support. You want someone who's going to educate you, not just give you a hard sell. 4. Their buyback policy. You need to know how you can sell your metals back when the time comes. And finally, number 5, they absolutely must use IRS-approved partners for custody and storage. And you'll see that the industry is kind of broken up into different groups. Some companies are great for beginners, lower minimums, lots of hand-holding. Others are really geared for people rolling over a decent-sized 401k. And then you've got the premium firms that cater to really large portfolios. Figuring out which bucket you fall into can help you narrow down your search a whole lot. And now for the rules. Seriously, I can't stress this enough. You have to follow the IRS regulations perfectly. If you don't, you could be facing some pretty hefty taxes and penalties. This right here is the #1 most important rule of them all. You cannot store your IRA gold in a safe at home. Not allowed. If you take physical possession of it, the IRS sees that as a distribution. That means you'll owe income tax on the whole amount, plus you could get hit with a 10% penalty. Your gold has to be held by an approved third-party depository. There are no exceptions to this. And just like any other IRA, there are limits to how much new money you can put in each year. For 2026, that limit is $7,500, or $8,600 if you're 50 or older. Now, this limit doesn't apply to rollovers from other retirement accounts like a 401k, which can be much, much larger. Whew, we have covered a lot of ground. So to pull this all together and make it really practical for you, here is a simple checklist of questions you should be asking any Gold IRA provider you're even thinking about talking to.
Make sure you get crystal clear answers to these. What's the real minimum? Can I get all the fees in writing? How do I sell it back? Who are your partners? What metals can I actually buy? And hey, that last one's a big one. Do they focus on education? Any company worth its salt will want you to be informed. They often provide free resources like an investor guide to help you learn more. We've actually linked to a few examples of those in the description below for you to check out.
So, at the end of the day, a Gold IRA is a strategic move. It's not about ditching your stocks and bonds entirely. It's about adding a different kind of asset, a tangible one, to the mix. So the final question is really for you to answer. Does holding a physical store of value like gold fit in with your own financial goals?